Hi guys, and welcome back. And today we're going to talk about three things. Specifically, we're going to name our city, we're going to complete this park that we started, and we're going to talk about modding. Um, we are learning how to mod, and I want to kind of get some suggestions, feedbacks, and do some things a little bit differently and make the city look a little better. But before we do that, let's talk about naming our city. So I'm going to start this, and the first thing that I want to talk about is when I started this, I just named the city the same as the map. So I named it Sweeping Pines just because I didn't have an idea yet. If anybody has any suggestions about a name, go ahead, drop it down in the comments. I love to hear them, and we may be able to change based upon which name gets the most votes. Right now, however, I don't want to leave it as Sweeping Pines, right? So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just call this city for now Olive Pines. Hint, hint, name. We'll go with that. And yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can do with this park. So I started working on this park, right? And there's some issues. I'm not going to tell. There's a few issues, but overall, I think it looks okay. I'm noticing, if you'll notice, once I did start that landscaping off camera here, it's looking okay. I think what would help it look a little bit better is to put businesses along here. Now, I tried to do some plop the growable, so I tried to plop down some businesses, but the thing is, I'm not able to lock them, and I don't know if I need the plop the growables mod to lock them so that they don't disappear because I haven't leveled up to that level yet, or maybe I just need to put in different buildings. I don't know. Maybe we should start with level 1 buildings. Maybe that would help. But I feel like it looks okay. I kind of did my own thing with the landscaping. We're going to talk about that, guys, with the mods, and you can tell me how it looks and how I maybe could do it a little bit better. But I think maybe if I put some level 1 buildings in here, maybe we won't have so many issues. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to my Find It tool, which is one of the mods that we're going to be talking about. So let's start with that. With the Find It mod, it allows you to, once you click on the magnifying glass, it'll allow you to type in what you're looking for to find those buildings. Now, there's a couple of ways to do this. I can kind of go through all. I can type in what I'm looking for. So commercial, low density. I could probably type in low density commercial, and it give me all of those. I could also go here. It'll give me networks, which are roads and invisible networks, roads, paths, invisible networks, those sorts of things. I can go to buildings specifically. I can go to service buildings specifically. I can go to trees, props, and then vehicles. So yes, you can plop your vehicles as well. And that's all in that Find It tool, which makes it really easy to find. But I think those are all the game assets anyway, so kind of cool to do that. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it the way I know how. So I'm going to go to buildings, and then I'm going to go to commercial buildings. And I kind of looked at these guys, so I know that I want North American buildings, which are at the bottom. But I think I need level 1. And I think if I have level 1, it won't delete the building. It'll even allow it to grow. Now, I guess my problem would be I don't want these to grow because if you notice through here, I was able to remove all the parking lots, guys. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, maybe kind of sort of. They keep coming back. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, I thought I was able to remove these parking lots. Let's try this again. Like, not all of them will come back. But these were coming back. I don't know why this keeps coming back. Maybe I should save it the way it is so that it doesn't come back. Let's do that first. And I don't know if this will make a difference, guys. If it does, let me know. I don't know if just saving it will make a difference and it won't then plop this back down. Or it may be a glitch, or it may be something I'm doing wrong. One of the three, right? Okay, so I do want to plop some buildings here, and I want to see if I can lock them. And I may have to get that mod, Plop the Growables, because Plop the Growables, I do know just from watching other videos, does allow you to lock buildings in place. So if you lock them in place, they won't grow, which means they won't change, which is kind of what I'm looking for here. Because these keep changing. If I get one more parking lot showing back up in here, I don't know what I'm going to do. I had taken these out, and I don't know why they keep showing back up. So that's a little different for me. But let's go back in here and see if we can remove them again. Okay. And only some of them, are reappearing. Not all of them are reappearing. So I don't know what that's about. But once again, I've taken them out. I'm just going to go in here and save it because I don't know what's causing them to do that. Okay, perfect. So let's go back and resume our game. And let's see what we can do with the buildings. I'm going to go back to them. Once again, my Find It tool, I've got all the commercial buildings. I do want level 1 buildings, and so that's a whole nother thing here. So I don't know, low density 1, level 4. Okay, I want level 1. So let's go up to level 1, which is here, level 1, and this is a 2x4. So what I'm wanting to happen, and this is a 2x2. It's kind of small. And I'm going to cut on my anarchy because I know I've got some mishmash stuff here. But I'm kind of wanting to plop that down without any parking. And if you look at that, nope, it has parking. No, I don't want that one. I'm kind of trying to find buildings, guys, without parking just because I don't want to have to remove it again and mess up anything. So let's go back in here. Let's pay attention. I didn't think that was going to have parking. It's so small. Let's see if this one has. Nope, that has parking as well. And therein lies my issue. Like, am I going to have to remove the parking? If I'm going to have to remove it, I'm going to have to remove it. I just didn't want to do that because, oh, this one doesn't have parking. Perfect. And it's got the correct red color palette. Okay, so, and see, this is what I'm talking about. It keeps removing the building. So I may have to add another mod to plop the growables. So that being said, we will come back to that. I don't know why I would have to add another mod. What I want to do, however, is go into my options. This will show me all of the mods that I have. If I go into, once again, let me go back just to show you. I just clicked on my settings button here at the top. I went down to my options, and this shows me all the mods that I've added. I've added the 529 tiles. So that's how I got all the tiles. I have access to basically the whole board. I can go into my 529 tiles and open it up so that I can choose which tile I start with. And I kind of like that functionality, even though I started with the tile in this mod, in this build that the game chose. So I did do that. So 529 tiles. Anarchy, guys, if you all don't know what anarchy is the thing that'll allow me, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you what anarchy will do. So with my anarchy on, which is this A here, off, the chirper is blue. When I turn the anarchy on, that chirper turns orange. But what it'll allow me to do is basically I can build over things. If you've ever seen some of those older players like stack buildings inside of buildings, and I'm going to do something just to show you what I'm talking about here. It'll allow me to push buildings together. Let's see here. I just want to choose a small building here. And let's say I wanted to put this building right on top of that building, just to give you an idea. And of course it's erasing it for now, but that just gives you a quick idea. Let's try it and show you one more time and see if it won't erase it. But let's say I want to put this on top of. So if you notice how close those are, they're literally sitting on top of each other. You see how the blue highlighting around it. Each building was there because anarchy allow you to do that. Anarchy will kind of allow you to place things specifically where you want to. So if I came into anarchy, and I'm going to try this again here. Let's delete that one. No, let's just grab another. With anarchy, you notice I don't have any. If you look at this road right now, I don't have the ability to build in this area because there's no grid there, right? But with anarchy, I know that I can go in and place that there and it would be okay. So anarchy kind of allows you to place things basically where you want them to be, which I think is a great feature. That should, in my opinion, be included in the vanilla game, but you know, whatever. So that's one of the best tools ever for me. And I'm going to go through the list in my options so I don't forget anything. The next thing I do want to show you, however, while I'm over here, is move it. Now, move it allows you to move things around as well. So I don't like, let's just say, for instance, I don't like this node here. And I can choose that. You see me choose that single node. And when you choose something, it typically highlights it green, but then I can move it around from there. So if I pull this out, you can see me, you see how I'm moving everything around? That's why it's called move it. I can literally move that around to get things to where I want them to be. I'm going to put it back. Thank gosh, it put it raw. Put it back. It looks like it's almost straight. We're going to look at that. Yeah, put it back, and it didn't do such a bad job. One of the things that anarchy would move it will do, it has marquee as well, so you can choose an area of things to move. If you wanted to do that, you see it highlights it blue, and then it'll, once it's chosen, it'll highlight those things green. So if I wanted to move all those trees in this area, I can literally just do that on the with the marquee tool. So see how I'm doing that? I can just grab them, hold down that left mouse button, and move them around. Okay. So those were a couple of things. I know Move It also, and mind you guys, even though I've played City Skylines 1, I'm still learning some of this stuff. So I also know that Move It will allow you to, which is really cool, set things to terrain height. So you know when you have areas in your map that are dipping, or you've got mountainous areas, you can set to terrain height. You can also set to object height. You can rotate at the center, and you can rotate in place. So some of the things that Move It will allow you to do. Very, very useful too for me. Let's go out of here. What am I forgetting? I know there's quite a few of them that I have downloaded here. This area bucket. Okay, so I downloaded the area bucket, and it was working. I downloaded it last night. It worked last night. Today it's not working. I don't know if it's because I do know they had a new patch recently, and I don't know if it's compatible with the patch. So that's not working. But what it was allowing me to do, and maybe I need to reinstall it, so I don't know. But what it was allowing me to do is just to grab like an area that I had maybe like colored in, like this beige color here, and I could grab that, and then I could place it elsewhere. So if I wanted to just kind of grab that area, it was allowing me to do that, but now it's not allowing me to do anything. So we're going to leave that one for now. Go back into my options here. Now the asset icon library, that is one of the back-end tools that helps the mods to work, for lack of a better words, of way of saying that. We're going to go to the Better Bulldozer next. So with the Better Bulldozer, that's my delete tool, right? But it's great because they, instead of using the vanilla delete tool, which will just allow you to, you know, delete the bigger things here, the Better Bulldozer allows you to delete features or pieces in the asset. So let's look at this let's look at this really quickly. I kind of want to look at this. You notice it has a fence around it here, and this is an asset, right? I didn't build this. This was an asset that was done this way. But I can go into Better Bulldozer, and I can choose, if I want to delete the fence. And this is deleting the whole thing. This is deleting assets. So I can choose if I want. I said fence, but I can choose to delete these swings if I want to. Anything that's highlighted, I can choose to delete this group of trees. I can choose just to delete the actual different sub-elements in here. I can also choose to remove moving objects. I can choose to remove sims if I want to. I can choose to remove vehicles if I want to. I can choose to, what is this one here, just so you know what this is, bypass confirmation. So this, actually, I don't like this one because if you cut that on, you can delete the whole object, and you know how you'll get a warning saying, hey, do you really want to delete this, yes or no? Well, if you use this button here, this bypass, it'll automatically just delete it. It won't give you that option, which is your, like, a secondary precaution, which people like me need. So I don't like that one. This next one here is to remove the networks. So you see how these lines are underneath, and these are the invisible networks. The green being for people to walk. I think the blue, which I've kind of deleted out of here. Let me show you over here in my parking. So that blue being for vehicles and the green being for pedestrians. You can kind of use that to delete these networks if you choose to, which is what I did through here when I deleted the parking lots. Okay. The next one removes markers, invisible markers. Now, I am not sure what an invisible marker is per se. I don't want to mess with that because I'm not really that familiar with that, so I leave that alone. And then the next one, of course, is just to delete these whole surfaces. So if I want to delete, if I click on this right now, I would actually delete my surface, which I don't want to do, but I do have that option. Okay, so that's how the Better Bulldozer work. I think it's like steps beyond just the basic bulldozer that typically comes in the vanilla game here. I did go over the Find It and how you use the Find It to find objects. You also have, with the Find It, you'll have this picker tool, okay? And the picker tool just allows you to go to one thing. So let's say I want this specific chair, this tennis bench in other places, I can click on the tennis bench. It will go right directly to that tennis bench, and then I can use that to place in other places if I wanted to do that. So that picker tool is very useful, especially when you have assets down, like assets that come in the game, and you're like, where'd they get that from, or where do I find that? You can literally click on it, and then it'll go directly to that asset. So that's really cool. Okay, and that's with the Find It tool. The next one that I had been using, let me go to the right place. Hello, options. Okay, first person camera, which I always think is a must, because to me that's one of the easiest ways to just kind of look at where you're doing in your city. The first person camera allows you to follow people or vehicles, and I'm just going to click on somebody. If I click on her, once it's installed, it'll show up under her name. So this is my first person camera, and if I click on her, it'll show what's going on. You'll just see her walking through here. And gosh, I need trees in this area. And it gives me, like I said, first person view. And I actually think I'm going to delete that fence there. But it gives me a real nice first person view of what's going on in the area. So what the buildings look like, where I'm walking, the mountains behind. It's a dry, kind of overcast day, yucky day, but it's a real good view. So you can do that with people, and you can also do that with vehicles. And I think I'm going to go out here and grab a vehicle so you can also see that. So let me just pause this for just a moment. To me, it's easier to pause. Okay, just so you know, pause the game, find the vehicle, then unpause it and click on first person camera. So if you can catch a vehicle while it's running, that's fine. It's kind of difficult unless you're stopped at a light or something. If you go ahead and click on it and then click first person and pause, it won't move. So that's kind of how I do it, just to make it easier for me. But once again, this is first person view, and you see him driving through the city here, and yeah, there you go. So I kind of really like the first person view, because like I said, when if you really want to kind of show off your city and what's going on in the build, it's kind of easy to do at ground level to me. So that's one of the mods that I always do. And I've got people standing at the bus stop, guys. I'm so proud of myself there. But that's one of the things that I always look at as well. So first person view. And once again, for whatever reason, me with all of my movements, that comes off. Okay, that one's gone. This one's gone. And I did this as a line tool, so I may have to work on getting rid of these individually. Okay, because that was a custom fence. But that's the first person view. The next thing that we did install here is the Move It, which I've shown you. The recolor. Okay, guys, the recolor to me is a work in progress, meaning I'm the work in progress, not necessarily the recolor. But I was able to use it with these buildings to kind of make them all coordinate and all basically the same color scheme. So the way that works is, let me go over here to some housing so you get an idea. So if we go down to these townhouses here, and if I click on one, you'll see the color set at the bottom, and recolor, and it'll give you the option of using the picker tool, activate the color paint tool. You can put in a specific color if you can't do that. So just so you know, this is the color paint tool. Just all of these options on how you can recolor these buildings. Now, if I wanted these buildings to kind of match up a little bit more, and I wanted them to have the same color scheme, I could kind of choose one of these color schemes. I could copy it, and then I could paste it to every other building. Now, I think you can do it in a row. Don't. Once again, I'm a work in progress with this. But if I went to this building here and I pasted it, it would allow me to paste that color scheme on this building. And I got that one. Okay, so let's go here. Let's copy these. Let's copy. And then let's go back over here. Oops, let me make sure I'm doing this the right way. Let's click. No. See, this is what I'm talking about. Learning what you're doing. Because I'm assuming it should not have done that. So if I go here, if I copy this, right? And then if I go to this building, I should be able to yeah, perfect. That's kind of what I'm talking about. But you have the ability to do that. And you can do that with any of these buildings. Now, I believe, and don't quote me here, I believe you like change these colors too. So this one here, let's say it's blue, but I want it to be more of a white or gray or what have you, I can change that color, which is actually kind of cool. So you can do that as well. So you can really kind of make the buildings almost whatever color you like. You can kind of use whatever color scheme. So that really color does work really well. And I like that tool. And plus, once again, it gives you that individuality, which is why we play Sims 2 in the first, Sims 2, I'm sorry, Cities Skylines 2 in the first place. So the next one is the road builder and traffic. So I'm going to go through both of those. And with the road builder, I chose this not because I need to draw roads, okay? I installed this one because there are some custom roads that other people have made that you can download right into your game. Until I get to, some more basics of the game, I don't feel like I need to be trying to, create roads just yet. So it shows up here. This is my road builder, and once I click on it, it gives me this tool here. And if I go to manage and discover roads and go to discover, these are roads that other more experienced builders have built out, right? And you don't have to use them, okay? But there's lots and lots of roads that are already here that are custom roads. And if you want any of these roads that have already been built out, fine. You just hover over it, click on the download, and it'll actually put it in your game. And it actually, this is one of the great things, and which is why I like Paradox Mod and having it right in the game. It'll actually add it to your road set if you did something like that. Now, if you actually want to go back in here, and I'm going to open it back up again here, and create a road, you can click here. I'm learning. Bear with me. Manage and discover roads. I'm sorry. You can click here. You can go to my roads, and you can kind of place, edit, and delete. So you can kind of choose a road to work from. Which, let me choose one. Let's see if I'm trying to make sure I'm doing this right because I'm kind of new to this. So let's go back into Road Builder. Click on a road. So I click on this road, right? And it's giving me this road the way it's set up right now. So I have, if you'll notice, 2 lanes of traffic going in one direction. This lane here is my parking lane. This lane here is for the sidewalk. So sidewalk, parking lane, 2 lanes of traffic going forward and then or up, and then 2 lanes of traffic headed towards me or down, another parking lane here, and then another sidewalk here. I can modify this if I choose to by making things wider. So if I click on this here, and it's got the lane width, and it's 19.75. Let's say I make it smaller, and I made it 18. I could do that, right? But I'm going to put it back to 1975. But I could do that. So I can modify this road to get exactly what I want. Let's say I wanted to put a bus lane in here. I could click on it. I could drag it into this, and it would add that bus lane. And you notice that it's done that right there, even though we're going to take it out, right? So we're going to delete that bus lane, but that just showed you that it could be done, okay? You see my traffic after that? They're like, what are you doing? So that, to me, is a really great tool so that you can get those custom roads in case you want something that's tree-lined or prettier or what have you in a certain area. So I like that tool. And then the last one is the traffic. And, of course, the traffic is best known to me as being which lane does what. So once again, you can designate this lane that's going straight here and to the right, maybe as only a right lane. So if I go in here, I could actually modify this and get rid of it going straight. And you notice now I made this just for right turning. So lots of things you could do with that. I'm going to put that back because I do want it to go both ways. But oops, there we go. Complete it. Complete it. Oops. Okay, it's doing too much. There we go. Okay, so I did want to put it back, but those are some of the options that you can do there. And now here, this is really funny. I didn't notice this was so high. So I'm going to take this segment while we're here. Let's go move it. And let's see if I can figure this out. I've got move it. I want the regular. I've chosen the road. I want this segment of road here. And I want this to... I actually kind of want this to flow down to here evenly. So it's like, so I'm kind of wondering if I can stretch this out a little bit like this first off without messing up too much. So if I stretch that out, I want to kind of take this lump out of it. So I may have to regrade that, but you did see me move the road. Or I'm going to see if I can just take this whole thing. You see I clicked on it, it's turned green. And if I go to object height, did that straighten that out enough? Let's go to terrain height. Okay, so that took that to that height, which is the height of everything else. But I'm not liking this street. So here, just for my comfort, that would be how you use Move It. I'm going to go in, however, and do it the way I know. This is what these newbies do. If there's a better way to do this, people tell me. Okay? I'm sure there's a better way, but I'm going to go back in here. I'm not liking the way that did that, and I'm going to just slope that road so that it's a little bit of a smoother transition. So I'm going to go in here and do this, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. 70 is fine. Click on it, slope it. Let's just do that. Okay, let's just do that. And now that I've got that, let's go ahead and put this road back and see if this works a little bit better. And then if I look at the grading on this, well, now we've got a dip in the road. I don't understand. I don't understand. But once again, I should be able to take this whole road, move it. Let's see if this will work. Click on it, right, to terrain height, and did that move that up? And it looks like it did. Oh, and if I do it more than once, okay, there we go, guys. Perfect, perfect. So you see how that kind of bumped that up there? And that is terrain height. That's the height from here to here, without so many bumpies in it. I kind of do like that. That makes the game just a little bit easier to play. And now that I'm seeing it, I may want to do the same thing to this one. I'm not liking this height either, so I didn't know there were so many bumpies in there. And so once again, to terrain height. There we go. Okay, perfect. I like that. And while I'm here, I had been, there's one other tool that I do have that I'm finding that I like, and I'm going to show you how it works. This is the last mod that I have in here right now after I get rid of this. Because you all know I had been putting these paths here so that I could have my homes or whatever buildings I was working with go in a certain direction, right? So I was using these paths, but there's a better way, and I didn't know this. So if I go in here, and let's take these blocks, okay? I have the zoning toolkit. So once again, it's called the zoning toolkit. If I take it and I click on none, so let's do this several ways. First off, because I think I've clicked on none. So let's do this way. I think I've done that. So if I click on this road, you notice there's no zoning showing, right? Through here. But if I click on this and I click here to update tool, it's showing you all the zoning. I want my houses to go in a certain way, so I don't. So you see how these are zoned for this side street brook here, this one and this area here. They're both zoned for for brook. If I click on none, that should remove the zoning. So if I click on brook, it removed them, and now everything will go in the direction that I want it to go in. So I can actually go all the way down this block, and I have to worry about what I was doing and putting in those paths anymore, because now that I've done this, everything off of Brook Street will go in the direction that I want it to go in. So I'm going to do that there. I'm actually going to do that here as well. And you saw that clean that up, which is really great. All the way down. Oops. Nope. Doing too much. Nope. Oh, crap. I'm going to have to go back. See, I tried to run it down. I'm doing too much. Let me just stick to what I know and get it going here. Okay, so that's what I'm wanting to happen through here now. Because I removed the zoning here, if I go here, and this is the default, and I click on this street, it'll put the zoning back. So there and there. Okay, perfect. I will tell you, if you use the zoning tool, okay, this is what I've noticed. If you're using this tool, you want to be careful and make sure that you go back to the default after you're done, because if not, it's going to permanently remove your zoning, and you're going to forget, and you're going to wonder what's happening. So you absolutely have to remember to go back to the default once you've done that, so that you can make sure that your zoning does reappear. Here, I think I'm going to go down here and do this way. Is this, let me look at this. Is this way? No. Let's go here. None. Let's go here, and we want to put the zoning back. So here we go. Okay. I do want to make sure that there's zoning through there. And then on these streets, I want to go and make sure there's none. So once again, I can go through here and just click on these. And I think this is like the best tool ever until they get something else permanently in the game for zoning. Right now, this is like the greatest thing since sliced bread to me. Let's go back and put that back. Okay, let's do it like that. I am loving it because it's just so easy. It automatically turns it, and once again, I don't have to worry about, oh, you didn't turn that the correct way. I'm gonna leave. Am I gonna leave this? Let's go here, and I think I want none down this street. I think I'm gonna leave those for now, and once again, just to make sure that this is oops, nope. That's done. Let's go back in here and add these back. Default this. There we go, my bad. Here I want none. Nope, here I want it on one side. I want it on this side. So, oh, too much going on. There we go. There we go. Okay, I'm not mad at that. And once again, ease of use. Now I can just go in here and just, swoop and landscape all of this at one time and not worry about, oh my gosh, I've done this, or oh my gosh, I've done that. Okay, so now that I've kind of gone over the mods as I've installed them, guys, these are the mods that I'm currently using, and plus those houses, that value went up, which is really great. So these are the mods that I'm currently using. Now that I've gone over that, the next thing I'm going to do is make sure that we name the city. Once again, I have named the city Sweeping Pines, just because that was the map I used until we come up with something a bit more permanent. So if you have suggestions for a name, guys, go ahead, leave them down in the comment. And the name with the most suggestions, I might list 3 or 4, you might list your own, but the name with the most suggestions is the name that I will use for this community. Right now, I think I'm going to call it Olive Pines. So Olive for Olive Branch, the games, and Pines for, of course, the map. And I kind of think that works for now. So Olive Pines is what we're going to see. You're going to start seeing a logo pop up for Olive Pines. But that's what we're going to do for now. For the name. The next thing I'm going to go in here is I'm going to add the major city services. Like, guys, there's no like little area in the city where you have, like your little city hall, your main library, although I don't know if they have library in the game, but you know what I'm talking about, your little main police station. There's no main street per se in this suburban area. So that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to go ahead and add one of those in. And I think as I looked at this map, I think I wanted to add it here, and which is why I left this square here. And so let's do that. And then maybe a couple of small commercial buildings through here, but it's not asking for commercial right now, so let's leave that commercial alone. But what I did, I should have been able to, just by adding what I've added so far, I should have created a nice amount of jobs. So let's look at that as well. So we've got about 54 open positions here, so 54 empty spaces. Let that office fill in. I'm not going to put in any more industry right now, guys, because I'm thinking maybe, oh, it's getting really dark, but I'm trying to figure out, is because of the amount of industry that I have back over in here, even though it's asking for it, is that the reason these people are not going to school? Because I can't figure out why my citizens, if you'll look here at one of my schools, that they're mostly empty. There's 392 students attending this particular school, but if you'll look at what I have for the elementary school, I have 7,824 that are eligible to go and only 819 that are going. So I've not even increased the capacity for the schools because they're not going. And I want to know maybe if it's because I've got so much industry in there. So I'm going to stop with the industry for a while. It's not asking for anything else as far as that other than housing. So then maybe I'll go back in here and I'll add in some housing. But before I do that, I think I'm going to go through here. We're going to add in some townhomes here. Let's do this. Housing, townhomes, right through here. Let's just do that. And I'm so grateful that I no longer have to put in these paths because, once again, they were becoming an issue. So in some places, it would not let me delete them because it was actually trying to force me to turn the building once I deleted them. So, hoping that doesn't happen once I delete these because I do want to get rid of them. I will put trees and stuff in here and line this up and clean this up. And once again, I'm going to go ahead and do that real soon here. I'm going to, after this episode, maybe just kind of clean this area up. I'm finding if I do it as I put in the businesses or whatever I'm going to put in, I find that I am able to keep up with the landscaping. Trying to do it all at once, it's just outrageous. So just try and do it in a group setting. So I'm going to go ahead and add in some more here. And I'm going to try and figure out how to get some additional buildings over here. I want some commercial through here, just through the park, or maybe some more signature buildings. But just to kind of look at this, guys, I think my townhouses here are looking really, really great. They have parking, so they're not having to park all over the place. There's a lot of walking in here. And now that I look at that, now did I put in the right one? Like, is there a parking with a sidewalk? They shouldn't really have to. This is more like an alley kind of thing. They shouldn't have to walk in the middle of the parking lot. Let's look at that. If I had used the other parking with the medium, let's look at this. 2-lane road that features angled parking and allows traffic in both directions. I think that's the one we used. And then this one has a medium, a divider in the middle, and then these others are one way. What's this one? Narrow 2-lane parking without sidewalks. Well, heck, that's what we have now. So is that what we chose? And should we have chose this one? I'm going to try and see, guys. Let me see. I just want to know for myself. So let's see if I... Ooh, no. That's not what I want to do. If I go here. Ah, there's my sidewalk, guys. That's the one I should have been using. Okay, so let's do that. Now they've got their sidewalk back, and now I can take and I can pull this path that kind of got lost there when I did that back down to here. And it doesn't want to do it. It doesn't want to do it for whatever reason. Let's just do this. I'll get rid of it and redraw it. I will not be defeated. You are going to tell me how to do this. I don't want to snap it to the side of anything. I want it in the middle. There we go. And I want it to come over here. Okay, there we go. And then because it's there, I want to go in here and go to my tools. And yay, I could get rid of that one. Okay, so that's a bit better. So yes, I wanted the parking. There we go, with the sidewalks. I think that's better. I want you walking in the streets there. But lots and lots of places to go. And once again, I want to add in another school, but it just doesn't make sense because I feel like I'm missing something. Like something's missing. Something is not allowing my my office space to grow and my commercial to grow. Let's see what's going on. And the biggest, it's a high-risk crime area. Okay, so where's the crime high risk? Because I literally just put in this huge. Okay, so I have some issues with crime, it looks like. Let's look at this. But if I look at this, for the most part, it's all covered except maybe over in here and over in here. So what I'm going to do here, it's all covered. It's literally all covered. Like, I don't understand why everything is a high risk when I have so many police officers patrolling. Like, that's another thing. I don't understand why they're unhappy. And I've got so many. I've got police here and police there. I don't have that many. Oh, oops, guys. I don't have as many as I thought. But let me do this. Okay, so now that you're saying that, let's see here. If I go to my police station, which should be somewhere in here. What is this? Police station. Oh. Oh. Okay. They do need an upgrade. Garage extension. Let's do that. And then let's make this. Okay, now I see an issue. So it's all about paying attention sometime. In here, I literally have 4 vehicles patrol upgrade. What is this? Garage and jail extension. There we go. Let's do that. And that kind of messes with my landscaping, which kind of defeats the purpose. But it's also, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't think I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do here is right about here. I'm going to put in another police station, I think. So right in here somewhere. Let's look at here. I think I can put in another police station. I don't want to change the look of that one, guys. I just don't. When I can kind of go in and put in something right here. Let's make sure that this is going to fit. Now I'm concerned about growth with this one. But we're going to put it here anyway. And I kind of think this is ideal, just given where it's located. But it's saying overlapping items. And I think it's the building behind. Okay, let's figure this out, guys. Because I'm not changing that. And I wonder, I can't move that whole... Oh, yes, I can. Let's look at this. Let's look at Marquee with the Move It tool. So let's see if I can go through here. Oh, it's trying to move it all, though. No, because my street is curved. Guys. What? Okay, hold on. Let's go up here. I do have some space here. I haven't built anything in here yet. So if I go in here and I put the police station in here off of this street, and then I'm going to have to get rid of some of these trees, but I'm okay with that. Like, I'm surprised it didn't just do that automatically. Although that one's okay, that one's okay. Is that one okay? Yeah. Yeah, those are okay. This one's not. I actually feel like I need to take, and let's see if I can move just this tree. Okay, so that's another something. I don't think I can just go in and kind of, although I might be able to do it, I just don't know how. I don't know how. And instead of me trying to figure it out, we're going to leave things like it is because you can walk those paths. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. So I put this here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it right away. Yeah. Okay. So I'm okay with that. And then I'll figure out something to do with this spot later. But hopefully, if I click on my police, like, there should be plenty of coverage. And let's get rid of some of this high crime we've got going on here. And adding that, once again, added both. Well, it added vehicles. Okay. And I have the space for 20. So looking at this, now I'm figuring out some things, guys. So if I look at this, like, I've got 53 people in here. Totally overcrowded. They're like, what do you think this is? Okay. And even if I take and move them, I'll still have too many people in. I need a small jail. Like, I didn't think about that. So I might even have to go in here and change this police station that I've just built to something a little bit bigger. Maybe a city police station because it has a larger jail capacity. Like, I've got 25 jails here and I've got 40 here. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do this, guys. I didn't want to, but yeah, I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to do that. I know you don't like it, but I think you'll be happy when I put in just a little bit bigger jail here. Like this one, the modern looks better, but the city holds more. I'm sorry, guys. We've got very little choice in this matter. We've got to go with this one. Yeah, we're going to go with that one, and we're going to kind of get rid of some more of these trees. So let's get rid of this one, and this one. And then what I'll do is I'll go in here and individually add some trees back here, just to make it look more uniform. So there and there. Okay, perfect. I can live with this. I think that's going to be part of the problem. I think, and then is there any way, and then you can also upgrade this with a helipad. I don't need that. Okay, I'm going to do that for now, because what I've done is I've opened up enough space for 40 people, 40 more prisoners there, and then I have the capacity for 25 additional prisoners here. So I think that's enough for now with the police. So hopefully that changes this real quick. I think they're starting to look at that and say, okay. And then the next thing they're really complaining about is the high taxes, because I want these people to be happy. So let's look at our taxation and bring that down to 10. I'm not getting rid of taxes, I don't believe in that, but to do a 10, and I'm bringing in, okay, my taxation, my production, my loans, my whole budget, my monthly balance. I'm losing money, and I think it's because of all of those police departments. Gosh darn it, gee. We've got to come up with some more money some kind of way. And what is this? So I have surplus from city services can be traded. Healthcare, vacancy in schools, what should be, water supplies, sewage treatment, electricity. They're sold when they are connected to the other cities. So I do have, let's go over here and look, because I know I put in a sewer treatment center. Now if we can kind of, let's go here and let's go with water, because I think I'm not trading anything, but I have the availability for water, and sewage export is none, and I have the availability of, I don't have that much availability though. Like, my people are doing their own thing. Let's see, can I upgrade this building? Let's see, upgrade a fence. Filtering increases the purification, resulting in more sewage being turned back into fresh water. And this provides increased processing capacity. And let's look at that. Oh, wow, that takes up some space there, huh? So now if I do this, which I could, I'll consider that. I'll consider that. I will consider that for water. Let's look here. That's the only real upgrade. What is this? Advanced water pumping station. Like, do I want to do something like that here? Because it's like I've got the space. Let's see how big that is. And once again, I have to unlock it. What I'm trying to do is, I know I'm going to spend a little money, but I'm trying to figure out a long-term solution to bring in more water, more money. And this advanced water pumping station may be a solution. I want to see how much it costs again, but I did unlock that. Let's go over here and see. And this is like $240,000, and it's $11,000 a month for upkeep. But depending upon how much water it gives me, because I can put that right in here. I can put that buddy right in here. I'm kind of really, it's kind of not liking it. I'll get you your road. Stop worrying about the road. Okay. I think I can sit you right in here. As far as the road goes, let's go in here and add a small road. Like that. That's actually okay. I'm okay with that. And in adding that, what does that do for my water? Like, how much does that give me extra? And I know I spent a little bit of money, but what I'm thinking is I can connect my water and sewer lines if I'm producing enough water. So I'm going to give that a minute to run. Plus I just added like 64 jobs that apparently were needed. So I'm going to give that a minute to run. And guys, what I'm trying to do is just figure out a way to make some more money before I add in anything else. I gotta be able to make some more money. I'm liking the fact that it's asking for office space. It's not asking for commercial, which is really strange. And once again, what am I doing wrong? Because it typically is like thirsty for commercial. But It's starting to ask for more office. I don't want to put in any more industry per se. I do want to put in more office. So we've got this little curve here. I'm going to put some here. And I kind of want you all to have to slow down here. I think I'm going to put lights in here just because I don't want them speeding through this area. Like, you want to speed, you go another way. Forget you. Let's see here. And if I put in the lights here, yeah, slow down. Slow down. That's not what this is for. As a matter of fact, there's a light at that end of the block. Is there a light at this end of the block as well? Yeah, perfect. Slow it down. That's not what this is for. You're not going to speed through here unless you're the police. Okay, so let's see what's going on with my water now. I'm going to slow this down just a tad bit, guys. I just want to see if I have the ability. Like, yeah, I have water availability. So what I want to do here, guys, is I'm going to be able, I have to be able to, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to have to, and normally I don't think I would run it across like that, but I think I am now. I'm going to run this across, these lines across, so that I can export water. And in doing that, that would, looks like it would give me the ability to, yeah, I'm going to do it here. And I have an anarchy for this. So 180. And I'm just going to run this all the way to the edge of the map here, guys. And is that the height of realism? Probably not. I'm sure. Matter of fact, I'm sure that's probably not, because you're not spending money just to run lines from one city to another when you don't really need to. I don't think, you know, unless you're paying for it. But let's see what that then does for me to for service fees. So let's see, because I do have surplus. Let's see if they start using that surplus. In the meantime, I'm losing only $28,000 a month, so that's increased. That's really interesting. So maybe that'll add to my monies real soon here. I did add in some additional office space there, and I'm going to, just for now, I know, you know, I really don't care to do this, but I do want the rest of whatever's going here maybe to turn the other way if I'm putting anything else here. I need to consider that, but for right now, I'm just going to throw in a little pad to turn this just for now. And then I'm going to add in another office building here. Okay. So this area, right. And then while we're waiting, guys, just for some monies to catch up, and they're catching up. There we go. So now I have service train. I got that 30,000, that $229 back here in my monthly balance, even though it's really low. Well, it was going positive for a minute there. Hopefully that'll regain its positive status here shortly after this building is built here. And then I can kind of figure out what we're going to do here behind this area. Maybe some more row houses here. Guys, I'm trying to figure out what else do I want here. Like, because this is a city area, but it's a small city, so you really don't have to have a lot. So maybe the row houses here, and maybe on this side I'll do some high density like I've done over in here. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do some townhouses or row houses through here. And then we're going to do some high density on the other, or some higher density even on the other side. I kind of feel like, just based upon, even though they're crying for houses, there's not really that many opportunities for employment in here just yet. So that's a whole nother thing. And then because I have this here, maybe if I can put a nice little fire station here, I don't know. Let's go here and see what our fire stations look like. Like they're playing. I want a nice pretty one like these. Okay, we'll hold off. There's got to be something in here that'll kind of be matchy-matchy is kind of what I'm looking for. And I hate to say that, but that's what I want. Welfare office. Oh, that's huge. Huh. Welfare office. On this side, maybe? Right behind this, we'll have the welfare office. I think that's the place for that. Yep, I'm kind of liking it there. And I did not do this here, but can I've seen the retainer wall, so can we do, not a quay. Let's go here. And we go with the quay or the retain. I want the retaining wall. And I think I have it on the right side. Okay. Right? I think that's about right here. Did I do that right? We'll see. What I want to do, it's kind of just, I don't know if that's right or not, but we're going to, try and find out. I'm thinking, why can't you see that? And should it be a quay instead? Maybe I have the wrong wall here. Let's try this again with, instead of this, let's do this. Ah, that's what we want. That looks better. That's what we want. So now that I've got that in here, it should have been a quay. Okay. And I wanted to go to height because I'm looking at how tall that is. That street looks like almost like it bumped up. Let's see, terrain to height. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's better. Yep, that is so much better. And then let's try and smooth this around. I'm loving these tools, guys. I'm really loving them. Oops, I don't want to do that. So gentle slope in there. There we go. All right, that's fine. That's perfect. I do have it back in here. And it did put in some additional workspace. I kind of don't like the coloring though. So here's where this recoloring stuff comes in. I kind of like this color palette and I want to copy this whole thing. And then I want to take it and I want to put it on this building. So if I click on this building, I want to paste. Okay, the roof's the same color, but why isn't the actual building see this is the kind of thing I can't figure out. So all of this it did a really good job, but for the actual building, right now it's still brown. It's still brown. I don't like it. I don't know how to change that though. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see here. What is this? If it showed me what this was, I would know what I was changing. And I kind of don't. And let's leave it like that. Let's just leave it. Let's not do too much because I'm liable to mess up things. But guys, I would really want that building to be like this one, like the white color. And I can't figure out, let's look at it, how to do that. And there has to be a way. So therein lies my issue. So let's just kind of go here for now. And nope, that's just the trim. So that's not it. And over here with the grays, I don't feel like that's it either. Nope, that's not it. And then I know the green is the roof. See, I don't understand how. This is what I don't understand. I have the ability to recolor, but it's not recoloring the building. So let's see here. Activate color picker tool. And if I pick this, am I picking? Nope, it's not doing it. For choosing custom colors. So guys, if someone could help me with that, what I want to do is I want to change the color of this building, and I should be able to do that, right? Why can't I do this? Why can't I change the color of this building? It did match the actual roof tile here as much as it could. It went with the green, but I want it to be this color. I want it to be the same color as the, and it's not working. So anybody can help me with that, that'd be more than appreciated, okay? I can't figure that one out. I don't know. Okay? Let me just say I'm not sure why it's not working. I don't know. But if someone can help me with that, I'd be more than happy. And I'm feeling like because of the area that's left here, I'm going to put a path down here from here to here. And I'm going to have to slope this ground. So even though I'm putting a path in here, I want it to kind of slope. I don't want it to be, so much. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger just because. Let's do this here. And then we'll come through here and slope it up. And then I kind of want to do the same on this side. And then we'll come through here and slope it up. Which is not too bad on either side. And then let's go ahead and add that path in there. And I want it to go right here. And then on this side I want to do the same thing. Nope, I don't want it to. I want to do it like that. Okay, and then because of that, I can go through here and I'm going to add in a little street and a cul-de-sac on, I think, both sides. And then I'm going to add in some high density housing in there. And it's asking for commercial again. I am so happy, guys. You just have no idea how thrilled I am. It's asking for commercial. Now, what's going on over here? No car access. This is because I keep taking it out and you all keep adding it back. Don't know why you keep adding it back. Don't want parking here. That was the issue. Doing too much. And then I wonder, what is this asset? Like, does it have to have, is this like, no, it didn't have to have no car access. I know. Walk, Mo, walk. Don't I have a walking path in here? I think I put a path in here. That's, oh. And, okay, so now you see this, it's really changed because I lowered those taxes and I added those other police stations. So now they're happier, so that's a good thing. Let me try and figure this out now, though. Always an issue, always an issue. And I'm sure it's my fault. I may even have to spawn in another building here. I really don't want to do that. I don't want to mess with any of that, but I may have to spawn in something smaller here. And let's look at that. I don't want to have to worry about the parking and taking that stuff out again. So is there any way, let's see if I move this, let's look at the paths first. So let me find the path and the invisible. And there's, gotcha. So it also still has a car path through here. Okay, so that's the issue here. So I need to go into my bulldozer. I need to go into my network. And I need to remove this. And I always have trouble with this, guys. So network. There we go. And it won't let me bulldoze this. Why is this not letting me bulldoze this? I don't want you here. Like it's trying to do it anyway. I know I've taken this out. This is a whole nother thing. And it didn't work without anarchy. Oh, wait, hold. Like it doesn't work without anarchy. Why? This is the only one giving me trouble, and I'm wondering if it take it out. Okay, so now it's not giving me trouble. Let's go over here, guys. Whatever it's doing, let it do for now. I've got to figure that out a little bit later, but it is asking for more commercial, and I kind of want the commercial through here. So what I'm going to do here is and make these really small because I don't want anything too big spawning in here with parking lot issues. And as these go in, like, am I liking the height? Like, this is kind of tall, but I don't want it to get any taller. So there's no way for me to lock these either. Okay. Wow. And they are really, really, really quickly moving into this area, which I kind of like. I kind of like that. So what I'm going to do here is, because they're moving in so quickly, so I'm going to put in some paths. So let's have some really nice walkable areas here. You should be able to at least get to some of these areas pretty quickly here. That way you're not having to walk all the way around if you want to go that way. I think I'm going to do the same thing on this side. You shouldn't have to walk all the way around. So let's put in a path here as well. Perfect. Okay, that was what I was wanting. So that looks pretty good. Like they can kind of walk through that area if they're choosing to. There's parking in the back of some of these. This is okay. This is okay. And once again, we'll put maybe some townhomes through here and here on both sides. I'm kind of okay with that. Like there's plenty of housing. We're happier now. I just need to see if you all are using the schools now. So you're happier now. You're requesting. What's going on with my schools? There's 246. At least the amount of students in here has increased. Let's see here. It's 271. So not really. Let's see over here. 329. Not really. I just don't understand why, but if someone could help, why are my students not going to school, or why are my school-age children not attending school? And guys, if you all are watching right now today, we really do appreciate you. We appreciate all your comments, your helps, your tips and tricks. If you're new and you're learning to build like me, please ask questions, because if I can't answer, maybe someone else in the comment section can answer it, and we can kind of all learn this together. And don't forget to subscribe. That really does mean a whole lot to me. It just helps the channel grow, and hopefully we can start getting better with content, put out more content, and answer the questions and do the things that you need to be done. All right, here, so I think we've got this looking as nice as we can. Let's add in a couple of trees here so we can kind of hide the madness. So I think I want a big oak here. Nope, not a small oak, but a big oak through here. Yeah, just right there. Maybe a nice little pine here and here. Doesn't look so bad. I can live with that. I'm okay with that. So let's do that. And guys, I think we're going to finish this off for the day. Before we do, let's get rid of this. And then let's go ahead and kind of take a look around, see what we've done, how we're liking it. And I will go back in here. I will landscape when we're off camera here, because that really does take me a while. I'm not very good at it. I'm learning, so it takes me a minute. So I'm going to do that afterward. But in the meantime, looks like my commercial is filling here. In here, I'm getting more commercial and office request. Ooh, and traffic's getting heavy, so I'm going to have to work with that as well. But I'm getting more commercial and office demand, which is kind of what I'm looking for. Although, for whatever reason, guys, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If someone could tell me, that'd be great. I'm still not getting enough children going into the school system. So I've stopped building industry, because I think that might be a factor, and that's just me. I don't know for sure, but I think that might be a factor. But I'm also still not getting enough people going into the schools. So that's going to be it for the day. But once again, before we get through here, let's just kind of take a little walk through. Let's just kind of go with someone who's walking into the park, and let's follow them along and see what's going on. I mean, I'm kind of liking the look here. It's kind of very drab looking, actually. Maybe I need to put a little bit more color. I thought the orange would be great. You see, this is why. And see, now I'm getting cars driving through here, and I shouldn't, and that means that something in the back has spawned a parking lot, or in the front. Okay, we've got to fix that. We want everything to be walkable. We don't want any cars in here, so we will fix that. color-wise, we've got the water park over there. We've got police in here, which is going to be a happening. They're not going anywhere. Okay, perfect, perfect. I guess I'm going this way. Oh, this is really cute. Guys, I went into a little restaurant. Have at it. That's really nice. Okay, so that was following along with one of my people that is walking through. Let's go into this part of the city because I haven't been over here in a minute. And I've got a highway here. Now let's just go this way for a little bit. Let's see where these cars are speeding off to. Now this is a stop. No, this is a light. That's the longest light ever. So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to... Wow. I don't have anybody coming off the freeway over this. Let's take this car here. And once again, we're still drawing in landscaping. We've got to landscape this area here. But let's kind of follow him and see where he's going. And I think this will look really good after I put some trees in here like I did on the other side of the street. I think this will look really nice. It's starting to come together. Starting to look like a little city here. I'm actually kind of proud of the way it's starting to look in here. Now I still have a lot of low density housing in here. Like, I don't understand why it's not upgrading. What am I doing wrong? They're happy now. That means they've got disposable income, but they're not upgrading their housing. It's like this whole area over here. And once again, is that a glitch because they just did a patch? Or is that just the way things go? Plenty of commercial. Oh, I'm really kind of liking the way this looks here, guys. I'm really impressed with this. I do like the look of a lot of the assets. Not all of the assets. I'm kind of like all of these all look like mobile homes to me. It's like, you know, every starter home is not a mobile home. I'm just kind of floored that y'all really think this is what North America is like. What happened to what the heck happened to the road there? Okay, so that needs to be fixed. I'm kind of, Let's see if we can get that fixed. But we'll do that next time. Thank you all for joining me once again. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That really does help us out with the channel. If you have any comments, tips, anything, let us know. And if you have questions, ask those in the comment as well. And if we can't get an answer together, maybe we can help each other. You all have a good night and see you next time.